But then you and I start getting it. We start working really hard because some really cool things started happening. What happened?
I got invited to the Elite 11 regionals in Dallas. No, in New Orleans.
Yeah, and then where else?
And the Under Armour Rivals
Quarterback Challenge, yeah.
In Dallas.
And like we talked about on this program before, these are the elite quarterback camps to go to. They're invite-only, true invite-only camps. Only the best quarterbacks in the country get to go to these invitationals. First thing that came up was the Rivals. And it was in Dallas.
Cedar Hill.
At Cedar Hill, that's right. What was that experience like for you?
It was a great experience to compete with the best quarterbacks. In my own group, I ended up going first in all the competitions we had.
I like that too. I was there. I'm sitting there watching him, and when I saw him pop up first, and you do that at a lot of your camps, pop up first, and that's something I tell these guys, man, be the leader, go get it. When I saw you do that, I was like, heck yes.
And at the time, I didn't know Shea Patterson was in my group, and
Ole Miss commit Shea Patterson,
and then a quarterback committed to Kansas State. I don't remember his name though.
I remember.
And then the guy that ended up winning it all, he was in my group also.
So a pretty loaded group.
Yeah.
But you said, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and lead this bad boy. I like it. And what kind of competition was this?
It was mostly target throws.
The net throwing competition.
Yeah, net throwing.
Yeah. And we knew about that, and we did net throwing beforehand to kind of prepare. And net throwing is different than routes on air or
stationary people, like a stationary target.
How is it different for you?
Just because you knew where the ball was gonna have to end up, and then it routes, like certain people have different speeds, and so you had to put it in different placements. But with the target, you knew it had to end up at that exact spot.
Sure. Well, and I think sometimes with target throws, you can kind of overthink target throws and just concentrate too much instead of just throwing it, And normally when you just kind of relax and just throw it like it's a receiver standing there, you'll be very successful. When you really just try to hone in and
when you try aiming, it messes you all up.
Aiming always ruins it. Correct. And I remember your first throw, you guys were doing, I guess hitches, throwing to the right. And you nailed the first one. I was like, oh, this is so awesome. I'm up in the stands filming all this, and I was like, yes, he knocked the first one out, because he could have easily missed all of them on the first one and then went, oh, crud, I'm not, this is going to be a bad camp. But no, you killed it. You did really well. So you finish up the camp, and how was that overall experience for you?
It was a great experience to go against the best. And
next camp up, where are we going?
New Orleans. Nike Elite Regional.
And this is the camp. Rivals is awesome. Rivals kind of newer. But Elite 11's been around for, I guess, almost 15 years now. Either 10, 15 years, something like that. And this is the camp to go to if you're a quarterback. What did it feel like when you got invited?
To get invited?
Yeah.
When I opened the email, and it was an official email, it was pretty... It was like, awesome. Like I'm one of these guys now.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I'm going to this camp.
How are you feeling going into it? You feeling confident? You feel
confident, a little nervous, knowing that the Nationals' best receivers, everybody's gonna be there. So it was a little nervous, but just I knew that if I went out there and just did what I knew, what I could do, that I'd be fine.
Sure. Not too many guys, unless you're considered an elite guy, not too many guys get invited to both those camps.